I haven't had the chance to get to know Brett, even though it's been 12 years, purely because of our interests. We're quite different, you see. It's a bit of chalk and cheese, i.e. he's an introvert, I'm an extrovert. He lives in the country, I live in the city.
It's working beautifully, Ange.
Ange loves girls, Rats only loves one.
Yes. I knew we were getting somewhere. Thanks, Anthony.
Keep going?
No, you can keep going, Ange. You're on a roll, I reckon, mate.
No, one more.
Macca story.
No, not the Macca story. Oh, and we can keep going all night. I mean, you know, he's a champion. I'm not. He plays seniors. I don't. We can go on and on. But so deal with it.
Very good with the property. He's moving around a lot, so he's getting his feet in a lot of land. And they just bought. What have they done the last 6 months? They've sold Kangaroo Ground, 20 acres, beautiful property. Spent a bloody lot of time bringing it up to spec and to Rats' spec, which is very straight and square and plumb and true. And then where'd he go? Panton Hills for 10 minutes and ran a house at Yarra Glen and squatted back to his parents. So he's got a quarter-acre block back in Yarra Glen. Quite contrary to what you see in the paper today as a mountain man and a cattle man and some bloke that runs 3,000 head of cattle up in the highland and comes down occasionally to play league football. It really upset me to see that today. But anyway, we'll get over that.
He's like the modern day Tom Burleson, isn't he? Yeah, I touched on that earlier about the Dreiser bone. What was your first impression when you picked up the...
First impression, I saw the old guy, I said, Jesus, Joyce, have a look at this. Rats has come down from the high country. I think he borrowed someone else's tractor that doesn't even own a tractor. We sold him his only ever tractor. Doesn't even have one. He moved himself into Fitzroy. His 5 metres wide residence. Moved back out to Kangaroo Ground and then throws a Dreiser bone on. He thinks he's a country boy. He's a pseudo country bloke. A lot of people wouldn't know.
No, he actually did my backyard. He, in his early days, he was a, I don't know, landscape gardener. And one day I said, look, Rats, you know, help you out, you know, come and do my backyard. And he said, well, it'll cost you, you know, whatever. And I said, well, that's all right, you know, I'm happy to. One day I went out there and he's asleep out the back, just having a bit of a kip, and he finished it and he came up to me and it was going to cost me $1,500 in those days. And he came up to me and he said, look, it's actually going to cost you $3,000. And this was after it was finished. So I said, well, what do you mean? You quoted me $1,500. He said, yeah, but I had to do this and I had to do that and it's $3,000. So don't worry about him being quiet. He doesn't mind having a crack.
You know, it's just terrific to see that everyone's come tonight to acknowledge a great career. And, you know, there's no doubt when I'm older, you'll obviously step back and say, oh, geez, it's great to be involved with that bloke. And it's great to have Rats as a very close mate, which is terrific. We met on the train, we caught cabs, and there was more than McDonald's. There was the odd bottle shop.
I got to Carlton to 22 going on 23, so I was a bit older, but I didn't take any notice of the AFL before I got there, and so I didn't know too many players. And I remember one of my first training runs, Rats and I and Tommy were having a bit of a handball competition, or just mucking around having a bit of handball. You know, I knew about 4 or 5 people. The 2 sitting next to me, Tommy, because of his long hair and everyone knows Tommy, and a couple of others. And just sort of snide remark, well, I didn't mean it as a snide remark to Rats, just said, you know, how are you going? Obviously first year player like myself, you know, what are your expectations? And Rats sort of turned to me and said, hang on, I've been here 2 years, I played 50 games, who the hell are you? So we didn't get off to the right start, but you know, obviously as time went on we became good friends, and Secco's actually stolen a lot of my thunder about being so blind and so deaf, but one thing Secco didn't say, I roomed with Rats after Secco left, and he was mad on the form guide and the William Inglis books and all that sort of hoo-ha, and as Secco pointed out, but once he did get to sleep, he's very passionate about his footy, Rats, as we all know, and he'd wake you up at 2 o'clock in the morning as he was calling for the ball. He'd say, here, and you wake up and he's talking in his sleep as if he's playing a bloody game. So you quiz him in the morning saying, Rats, you realise you're playing a game, and he said, oh yeah, sometimes when I have to man a person on a Saturday and I'm in bed with Shaz, he's like this with Shaz going, so he's tagging Shaz in the bed, so it's not in the nicest possible way.
We know what you mean, Macca. Yeah, no, we're with you, mate.
I must say, Rats, David Glascott complained about the bill for 3,000. You did my landscape too. I think that was early in the piece, so that you'd ensure yourself you got a game. Can I tell you the silver birch has died and I need a replacement one, mate? If you can drop that in during the week, I'll be very thankful.
Time it was quite obvious that he was a great player. He's not only, as we all know, one of the best players at getting the ball and the quickest to get rid of it and use it well, but some things that just don't come naturally to most players did seem to come naturally to him. Things, like we saw before, his tackling and that sort of thing, which really stands him out above so many other players. And for a guy who's, he's not he's probably one of the hardest working players I've seen, but you wouldn't really say he's a fitness fanatic or anything like that. And he's not the fastest bloke in the world, and he's not the strongest bloke in the world, and he can't see, and he's pretty deaf as well. And given that, he's done pretty well. And
Like right in the punter. Well, hey, got all the credibility. He thinks he knows every horse, and it's mother and father, it's breeding, it's bloodline. But give him the money. It's a bet, and it can't come through the goods, unfortunately.
So you're saying he can't emulate his football feats with his punting feats?
Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, he can't.
Oh, he likes a punt. I think I'll give him a few inches on the punt. But no, look, Brett's just been a real hard worker and grinder, and his skill level's fantastic. Both sides of his body, and he just never gives in.
Do you know what his favourite racetrack is?
But Yarra Glen, I think.
Rats. I'm a bit worried about your landscaping business. I hope you retire, because I've been getting us complaints. Stephen, looking forward to using you at his place, but after what we've heard tonight, you're too expensive. You don't know how to plant trees. And as Brownie said, you haven't got any equipment. So please.